bass and bluegill and some other fish. But every year they just now stock it with the trout. And yesterday they stocked it with 4,000 pounds of Nebraska tailwalkers. And they stock it every other 2 weeks with mountain lapstick trout or Nebraska tailwalkers. And when they do the tailwalkers, they kind of, a small fish, the average fish is really 1.5 pounds. Just 2 weeks ago, we had a tournament and we had the mountain lapstick trout, which are usually a pound, or, you know, there's an average fish is a pound. But 2 weeks ago we had 11-pounder caught, 9-pounder caught, 1 or 2 7-pounders, a few 5-pounders caught. It was really kind of an unusual count. It was usually kind of high for our lake. Usually if you catch a 3-pounder, 5-pounder, those are kind of the bigger fish. But 2 weeks ago we had some really big fish were being there. Also, the record for trout is 15 pounds from about 2 or 3 years ago. And they don't normally stock, like say, within an ideal, they don't buy a 20-pound trout. They're spending $4.50 a pound for them as it is right now. But they don't normally, they'd rather have 5 3-pound trout or something like that versus those mega trouts that like some of the other places will talk to you about. I get one green sheet. They're good.
Some of those big trout are just breeding stock that the hatcheries gave rid of.
Yeah, and last stocking too, they had some of the lightning trout, and I caught one of those, but they were about 1.5 pounds. But they're right now in the shallow area, right by the boat launch, and they just look like big goldfish. They're just circling right around there with the lightning trout. But okay. For you guys going, this is a private lake, and you guys are my guests. It's not a big deal, but need to kind of go over these rules here. And I'm the one that kind of gets fined or gets in trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's the copy?
As you go in, you're going to pay $10 to get into. There's more right up here. You're going to pay $10 to get into the lake, and that's actually $2 to get into the lake and $8 for the fishing time. And normally, the lake opens up at 6 o'clock on Saturday, and people normally line up in their cars outside. Okay, on the directions there, there's a street called Olympiad, and that's where the lake is at. And normally people are lining up their cars on Olympiad, and then at 6 o'clock they open the gates and people pay their money and they all move in. Olympiad,
on the map what that is.
well, it's up here. Okay, this is the very this is where the boat rentals are and so forth. But Olympiad, you're coming up. You get there, the directions back there. You're going to be coming up Alicia this way off the 405 freeway. Stay down here. You'll be coming off the 405 freeway up Alicia to Olympiad and make a right, and the lake will be on the right. Well, all this area in front is being constructed. So it's normally 2 lanes. It's now only going to be 1 lane. So it has pillars out in front of blocking the lane. So probably what they're going to do is allow us, I don't know this for sure, I was talking to them the other day, they weren't sure how they're going to work it out. But most likely you're going to pay your entry fee, you're going to move down into the parking lot, and we'll have to stay there till 6 o'clock, and then it'll be go fishing, get your boat and stuff like that. So,
Which is the weekday at the bottom? And
Alicia, you're right. Alicia, well, I have the direction back. Alicia, this is Marguerite. Turn up Marguerite. She's in my better directions back there. So, for those that are going, really need to be there in line by 5:30. I'll probably get there by 5 o'clock or 5:15 because I have to be there first to show my pass, and I'll put you people on a guest list, and then you can come on in. So you've got to be sure you're there on time. as you're coming into the parking lot, you're kind of high and the lake is down low, so you'll just kind of come into the right, you'll see where the boat rental office is, and that's where everything is going to start out from. Now, earlier, I had made a mistake, because I have my own little 10-foot boat, and I don't rent a boat here, and I said that the boats were $5 an hour, they're $7 an hour. Oh, so if we get 3 people to a boat, it's going to be $35 for the 5 hours. We're going to fish basically from 6 in the morning till 11 o'clock. And then there's also a $5 deposit on the boat. So those that are going, please bring cash. So I'm going to probably have to put it on my credit card and then pay for it afterwards. So
They'll accept other people's credit cards,
Yeah.
as long as you do.
huh?
They'll accept anyone else's
Yeah.
credit card.
Well, yeah. It'll be
As long as
just,
you're around it, they don't care if you're a guest. You know,
yeah. But being I'm dealing with 3 different people on a boat and stuff, you guys have cash for the boat, it'll be a lot easier on me than paying one person on a credit card and somebody else with cash and stuff like that. So that would be a lot easier if we could do that. There's going to be a separate lake tournament going on there. And if you want to join the lake tournament, we're going to come down to where you sign in, you get your boat, and there will be a gentleman there. There's a little boat rental shack. And he'll be out in front of there with a little card table. The guy's name is Coffee. And it'll be an extra $5 if you want to join the Mission Viejo Lake Tournament for that day. And that's an extra $5. Now, this tournament will be based on the 4 largest trout. First of all, it's a 4-fish limit, so whatever you catch, you got to keep. You can't release any fish. So,
Except bass.
Except for bass. Okay. But I said it was a trout tournament. Okay. But anyhow, you're right. So you catch a trout, you've got to keep it. There's no releasing the trout at all. It's just that's what you got to do. So if you want to join that tournament, it's an extra $5. The heaviest stringer would win prizes of. They usually have a $30 and a $15 gift sports chalet gift certificate. They have a rod and a reel and a goodie bag, and you can choose whatever you want from there. And they have a kids division, a teenage division, and an adult division in that category. So that's just like an extra side cost. Now, if you don't want to do that, we're just going to then, after they have their weigh-in, after they have their weigh-in, then we'll do our weigh-in just for the fibbers and see who has the biggest single trout in that case right there.
Their tournament is lures only.
Yeah, I'll get into that in just a second. Okay. So 4, that's a good time. Their tournament is what they call lures only, which basically means you can't use this, and you can't use live worms or live crickets. You can use scent, you can use anything else, but if you want to get into the Mission Viejo Lake Tournament and pay that extra $5, you can use anything except for live worms, crickets, and power bait like this.
No mealworms?
Nothing live. Nothing live.
Artificial.
No
Kill it-
worms,
kill
no.
it first.
If it's alive, you can't use it, okay?
Just pound
If
it.
it's a critter,
We can use anything we want back there.
yes,
Yeah,
okay.
you can
Now,
do that.
you don't want to do, you don't want to do the Mission Viejo Lake Tournament and spend the extra $5. You can use whatever is normally legal, okay? Mission Viejo Lake doesn't allow you to bring goldfish in, it has to be a natural bait. You can buy worms there. Their worm price is like $2.35 or so for a dozen worms. It's a good price there. So if you want to, not join the lake tournament, which is fine. We'll just have our own tournament, and you can use anything you want. That's legal. The basic time is going to be from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. As you're bringing your boat back in, you'll kind of look to the left of the marina, and there's a couple 2-story buildings, and there's a big easy up tent there, and that's where they do the weigh-ins. And you have to stop fishing by 11. You have to be over by this area by 11:15, and then they start calling out your names when they weigh your fish. One of the important things is when you're coming to the weigh-in, you take your fish off the stringer, they'll give you a plastic bag, put all your fish in the plastic bag, put them on the scale, they'll record it, and go from there to see who wins the biggest fish. On the, one thing they have, a lifeguard boat that goes around, they also have a compliance officer that goes around. And one thing they're particular on is that you have your own stringer. You might have a stringer that can hold 15 fish or something, but each person needs their own stringer. So spend $1 and get a little rope one or something like that. Another thing is they have a 15-foot rule. So let's say the dock is right over there. You're not supposed to cast within 15 feet of that. Now in the past, it was 2 years ago, somebody had thrown a pole out there, snagged on the dock, you know, they pull it off, they drive away. Some of these little dogs went down there, ate the rapala, took it into the hospital, had to have an operation to get it out. So they're real strict about where you're casting to. And so you're supposed to be like 25 feet away from the dock, cast 10 feet further from your boat. You know, stay within 15 feet of in the docks or anything like that. They're
15 feet from the dock?
15 feet from any docks. Yeah.
Okay, that's where your boat is, or
No,
that's?
that's where you're casting.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, you kind of cast, you know, put your boat out, you know, 25, 30 feet away, depending on how far you can cast.
So I guess you
With
can
that.
set the
The rental boats have 2 cement anchors, so you can anchor your boat and be nicely positioned and stay in a nice spot. Okay, so
How about no throwing lures in unmarked areas, you know, you might tell them that.
well, yeah, you can run through the lures. We'll run through the rules here. There's swim beaches. Okay, there's 2 major. There's 4 swim beaches. Now I think about it. So you can't cast 15 feet within shoreline, docks, swim areas. It's just kind of common sense. Okay, just got to keep your casting away. So I think that'll.